Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is 18th January 2024. And if this is your first visit to our channel, please understand we are providing complete free training on supply demand zone price action course. So all the training videos are available at our YouTube channel. But I have placed all these training videos in a playlist. I am providing the link to this playlist in this YouTube video description. So please go to this YouTube video description, click on the link, and you can directly access all the training videos we have completed so far. Even the upcoming training videos also will be placed in that playlist. And also all the links also available at our Telegram channel. I'm also providing the link to our Telegram channel in this YouTube video description. From there also you can access. Okay, before we get into analysis of our yesterday's high liquidity zones, please keep an observation on Nifty 50 and especially on the daily time frame. So this demand zone is violated. Maybe I can say it is pierced because finally again price is closed. Generally, a zone is violated or pierced. What happens to the trend and what happens to the opposing zone? Opposing zone gets the zone achievement. That way the supply zone got the zone achievement. And what about the trend? Already Nifty 50 is an uptrend. Because this demand zone is violated, so the trend will be changed to the sideways. In general, trend will be changed, but this is a special scenario, LOTL scenario, level on the top of the level. In LOTL scenario, trend will be changed only when both these zones are violated, because it is a LOTL scenario. So that's why still the trend of this Nifty 50 is uptrend. Trend is not changed. So let me delete this. This is pierced. When trend will be changed, even this demand zone also will be violated, then trend will be changed. But supply zone got the zone achievement. Because supply zone, it doesn't matter, it is LOTL or if any one zone is violated, automatically it gets the zone achievement. But trend is not like that. Because both the zones together should be violated in LOTL scenarios. That is what I explained during our LOTL discussion in our training lessons. Okay, now let us analyze our high liquidity zones. I will also be analyzing one WIT trade today in Balakrishna Industries, the first stock. Balakrishna Industries is a daily high liquidity demand zone. This demand zone is fine-tuned with 75 minutes time frame. So here we identified a 75-minute zone. We have a drop, 4 base candles, and again a rally candle. And within this 75 minutes, we fine-tune to 15 minutes and 5 minutes. See here, we have a 15 minutes area. We have a rally, 2 base candles, and again a rally candle with hidden body. We have a pro gap is there here. And again in that 5 minutes. Again you have, sorry, let me change the time frame. And here we have identified 2 5-minute zones. So we have a ERC candle, 2 base candles, again a rally candle. Again a rally candle, 2 base candles, again a rally candle with pro gap. So if you want to plan a trade, there are 2 options you have. With this pro gap, considering this pro gap, you can plan the trade. But unfortunately, the risk is going to be very high if you include the pro gap. especially 5-minute zone level, the risk is going to be very high. So we can't plan because our target will be up to 15 minutes level. So that's why including the program, probably you cannot bear the risk until the 15 minutes target level. Because if you plan, what will be our 15 minutes target? Let me change the time frame. So this will be our 15 minutes target. So with the program, if you consider the target, you won't get good enough risk reward. So that way, we cannot plan the trade. Okay, sometimes we take buffer before taking the entry. We add some buffer, 0.1% buffer. If you add 0.1% buffer, so how many rupees you can add for 2,500 or 2,000 close to 2,600 or 2,500 stock? Maximum 2 to 3 rupees buffer you can add, not more than that. But the gap between this entry zone, the gap between your buffer area and the zone is, for this zone, the entry is going to be around, let me tell you what is the entry. Let me go to the 5 minutes. The entry price is supposed to be the high of this candle, 2503. If you add 3 rupees, 2506. 2506 is going to be your entry. Until where the prices reached today? Low of this candle. 2510.80. Let us say 2511. So that means we missed the entry. Even after adding also, your entry will be missed by another 5 rupees. With another 5 rupees, you would have missed your entry. So that's why our trade is not executed. We cannot consider this as a successful trade execution. We missed the trade. Maybe next time again prices reaches here, you can plan the trade. Okay, that way we didn't, but those who looked for the WIT trade, definitely it could have been a successful trade for you. Let me explain the WIT trade. Because it is a swing trade, right? Because some of you are looking for swing trades. Some of you are already asking me, even in the YouTube comment section also, you asked for swing trades. But I already promised you, I'll explain once we complete the second phase of our training program. Because all the essential concepts will be completed by that time. But still I will explain today how it is a very good successful swing trade. Because we are taking entry at 75 minute zone. Because prices reach till the 75 minute zone, there is a pro gap area with a couple of rupees. Even if you add that buffer from the entry also, it is going to be a successful trade. Let me show you what should be the entry for 75 minutes time frame without adding the buffer. So the high of this candle is 2508. If you add 3 rupees buffer, it is going to be 25011. You would have got your entry. But moreover, small pro gap is also there. That way also prices reach to that pro gap area. So either way you got the entry for 75 minutes time frame. But what is the target for 75 minutes time frame? The target should be 75 minutes supply zone. Here you have a 75 minute supply zone. You have a drop, base, drop, and follow through candles you have. And today you got the entry, same day itself it reached the target. That way it is a lucky trade. Generally you need to wait for several days to reach the target. Rarely it happens. 75 minutes zone you get the entry. Same day itself it is reaching the target. Rarely it happen, but that rare kind of things happen in high liquidity zones only. Please remember. Previously also we have seen couple of examples in earlier months also. 75 minutes entry we got. Of course, that day we got even 15 minutes entry also. But reached the target. It reached our 15 minutes target and also it reached the 75 minutes target. Previously we have seen couple of examples. Today such kind of thing happened. Got the entry. Those whoever are looking for WIT trade, you would have taken the entry. You might be planning to reach the target maybe within a week or maybe couple of weeks to reach the target. But everything happened in the intraday because it is a high liquidity area. Because I already told you, high liquidity areas are very powerful areas. The main advantage of high liquidity zones is it will reduce our target time. See, 15 minutes, you need to wait for a few days. Maybe 3 to 5 days, you need to wait to reach 15 minutes target. But all these days in our high liquidity zones, what we are observing, instead of waiting 3 to 5 days, the targets are getting during intraday itself. That's why we are getting 6.1% ROI we are getting for intraday trades. Generally, intraday trades, people are very happy if they get 2%. 3% profit means it is an amazing percent for them. But we are getting DIT targets, daily income trade targets during intraday itself. That's why high liquidity trades mostly we are planning in high liquidity zones. Some of you are thinking they are intraday trades. Actually, they are not intraday trades. All our high liquidity trades are DIT trades, but we are getting the we are getting the profits during intraday itself. Because we are getting the profits in intraday, people are thinking it is intraday trades. Never think. All our high liquidity trades are not intraday trades. They are short-term trades. Actually, the profits we are supposed to get in a 3 to 5 days time period. Whatever the profits we are supposed to get in 3 to 5 days, that we are getting during the intraday itself. That way our profit margins are more, because every day we are getting some trades. If not every day, in a month, at least we are getting 80 to 90% trades are getting executed during the on daily. That way we are getting more profits compared to the DIT trades, even compared to the WIT trades also. Because the WIT trade you may not get every day. So whatever the trades you get within a month, and those trades profit margin, our high liquidity zones margin, if you compare, our high liquidity trades margin is going to be at least 3 to 4 times more than what you get for WIT trades. Your actual WIT trades or DIT trades. Okay, anyway, that is a different thing. But let us look into this trade. How it is a WIT trade. For WIT trade, what are the conditions? We need to identify 3 time frames. One is weekly zone, next one is daily zone, and third one is 75-minute zone. This is what the 75-minute zone. This 75 minutes is there inside the daily zone. And if you look into weekly, this daily zone, daily high liquidity zone is inside the weekly zone. That way it satisfied WIT criteria. Apart from that, what kind of trade we are planning? Long trade. When we are planning for long trade, the trend should be uptrend. Even weekly trend also supportive trend. That also should be either uptrend or sideways. And what about your price direction? Price direction also should be from demand zone to supply zone or demand zone to all-time high. But if you look into this chart, Balakrishna Industries and weekly time frame, it is a all-time high demand zone. Let me draw the zone. See here we have ERC candle as a legging candle. You have 2 base candles. and then you have a leg out candle. So let me show you how we can draw the zone. This is a WIT trade, weekly demand zone. See here, this is the weekly demand zone. This is an all-time high demand zone. After that, there are no supply zones. No supply zones this stock is having. So what you have to do, at high on the curve, at all-time high, you draw and you divide this entire area into two equal parts. And definitely, if you divide this entire area into two equal parts, this our 75 minutes entry zone is at low on the curve. Even equilibrium also we supports it supports long trades, provide price direction is supported. But anyway, this 75 minutes from all-time high to this distal line of this demand zone, if you divide it into two parts, this zone will be at, let us do that even, why should we compromise? Let us draw the info line from this approximately, it is 313.4, so let us say 314, around 3, or 312. 312 divided by 2 parts. So 156. So from where, what is the low? Low, that is the distal line. What is the distal line? Low of this candle. 2407.50. 2407 approximately. Plus 2407. At 2563, you draw the line. That is a division, like two parts. One is low on the curve, and so where we need to draw the horizontal line, 2563. So let us draw the horizontal line at 2563. This one 2563. So where is our zone? Our zone is, see, this is low on the curve. Let me draw even text also. This is low on the curve. And above this horizontal line, it is high on the curve. This is high on the curve and this is low on the curve. From this horizontal line to distal line is a low on the curve. From this horizontal line to the all-time high, it is high on the curve. So where is our entry zone? Our entry zone is at low on the curve. So that is an excellent condition. Because it is an all-time high zone, definitely the trend is a uptrend. Because after violating all the supply zones only, we get all-time high zone. That means by the time the trend would have been changed to uptrend. So definitely weekly trend is a uptrend. That means HTF trend is uptrend. HTF trend can be uptrend or sideways. It is only a supportive. What about daily trend? So let us change it to daily trend means intermediate time frame. That is the main trend. So daily we have a drop, base, rally. Don't say this is a rally, base, rally, and this is violated, because this is not a base candle. This is a drop candle, medium size drop candle. This is a medium size candle. Why it is a drop candle? Because the body of this candle is having more than 75% of this entire range. If this body would have been, less than 50%, then it would have been a base candle. Definitely we can draw a zone here, rally, base, rally. But this is not a base candle, this is a drop candle, medium size drop candle. That's why you cannot draw the zone here. Then what is the real zone? This is the one, drop, two base candles and a rally candle. So that's why this is the 75 minute supply zone. Sorry, daily supply zone. We are in daily time frame. Drop, base, rally. This is what identified by our software, NeoStock software, as a high liquidity zone. This daily is a high liquidity zone. And this is the first demand zone. After that, there are no more demand zones till the all-time high. So that is the reason why there is no supply zone, sorry, demand zone is violated until prices reaches here. That means our ITF trend is also uptrend. Weekly trend is uptrend, daily trend is also uptrend. Weekly is HTF time frame and daily is ITF time frame. Then what is our entry? 75 minutes. We have already fine-tuned inside this. Okay, now what is the price direction? So let us analyze from weekly onwards, HTF. What is HTF price direction? Prices entered into the HTF demand zone. Once prices entered into the HTF demand zone, what will happen? The pending orders in the HTF zone will push the prices up. That means the price direction will be changed to uptrend. Once it is entered into the demand zone, price direction will be entering into demand zone to supply zone, but there is no supply zone. So now the trend is demand zone to all-time high. Previously in the practical examples, I did not show you any example related to all-time high scenario. So this is an example. You can also consider this discussion as a practical session to our lesson 14, decision making table. This is all-time high scenario. So currently what is the price direction now? The price direction for weekly is demand zone to all-time high. Because once prices enter into the demand zone, price direction will be changed to demand zone to all-time high. Because this is a weekly demand zone, this entire demand zone, now we can consider weekly price direction is weekly demand zone to all-time high. So that means the primary price direction is in our favor. Next, secondary price direction, that is intermediate price direction. So let us change the time frame to daily. Now prices also entered into the daily. As I told you, once the prices enter into the daily, the price direction again will be changed. Why price direction will be changed? Because the belief, what is the belief? Once prices enter into the demand zone, the pending orders again will push the prices up. So that's why the price direction should be changed. So that way once prices entered into today the prices entered into this demand zone, immediately the price direction is changed. How it changed? From daily demand zone to all-time high or daily supply zone. Is there any supply zone? All these are all ERC candles. So that means there is no daily supply zone available. So that's why we can say the daily price direction is daily demand zone to all-time high. So that means the weekly price direction is in our favor. Daily price direction is also in our favor. When both are in our favor, definitely we can plan a long trade. Trend is in our favor. Price direction is in our favor. When primary price direction is in our favor, we need not look for location. Even then, let us look into the location. Even then, let us consider the location. So the location is also in our favor, even though it is not required. Location also in our favor. What is the location? Low on the curve. So we already added text. Why it is disappeared? Any reason? Oh, they're far away. Okay. Even the location is not considered when primary price direction is in your favor. But even then, if you consider it is low on the curve, see, low on the curve means again one more positive factor. Apart from that, even one more positive factor is, this is the topic related to our next discussion in our training lessons. That is confluence, zone confluence. See the zone confluence. We have weekly zone, we have, 75-minute zone inside daily zone. Daily zone is inside weekly zone. This is when you have such kind of zone confluence, it is again another positive factor. The probability of success, getting success to your trade will be increased. And on the top of all these things, the top most important observation is this daily zone is a high liquidity zone. High liquidity zones are already having the capacity to push the prices and gives you the return in a shorter period compared to the actual expected. Suppose in a WIT trade, to reach the target, it may take 1 to 2 weeks, let us assume. And if it is a high liquidity zone, same target you may get in within few days. And rarely during intraday itself you get the target, rare situations. Such kind of rare situation happened today. See, today it reached the target on the 75 minutes time frame. But entry is at the 75 minutes time frame target. But we have taken few 3 rupees buffer. Not only buffer, there is a pro gap is there between the entry and few around 2 to 3 rupees pro gap is there. So that's why pro gap is also just before the pro gap you need to take. When there is a pro gap, just before the pro gap you need to plan your entry. Provide your RR is in your favor. RR should be supported. If RR is not supported, you cannot. Generally, what is the minimum RR people will plan? 1:3. And if you are a highly experienced person, even 1:2.5 is also accepted. If you are a very beginner level, best thing is initially you are just learning, you didn't get any proper experience, you haven't taken any trades. At the time, look for 1:5 RR related trades. And 1:3 is also acceptable. But here, what is the RR? See, I already used this long. This is the one long position. I already explained in our last training lesson in the practicals. Lesson 15 practicals, I have explained the recently posted practical session, the training video. I explained long position and short positions. So this is a long trade. I used this long trade. See here, what is the entry I have taken? I have taken the entry after adding the pro gap area or the buffer, either one. Now the entry price is 2511. This is the entry. And stop loss is your digital line, 2490, the low of this candle. Sometimes you add some buffers also, stop loss buffers, that I will explain now during the second phase of the training program, how to add stop loss buffers for different time frames. And your target price is 2584. This is the one, 2584. The open of this candle, 2584. See, this is the way we planned our trade. But is it having a sufficient RR risk reward? So take the help of this long position. What it is telling, the RR is 1:3.48. That means 1:3.5, close to. So we have 1:3.5 RR is there. So it is an excellent trade. Probably your target will be reached in few days or a week because this is a WIT trade. But fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know, maybe it is a fortunate, the target reached during intraday itself. When target reached, instead of reaching the target within a week, if your target is reached within 1 day, what happens? Your amount will be released from the trade. The same amount, again you can plan for another trade tomorrow, maybe tomorrow or today after reaching the target. Generally what happens if you are in a trade, your money will be struck up, right? You can't use that money for some other trade until you complete this trade. If your money is released, it means it is an advantage for you. That's why always I'm stressing on high liquidity zones. How high liquidity zones are helping us? They are helping us to get our capital very fast. They are giving good profit and also releasing our capital. If you are planning a DIT trade, probably your target will be reached in 3 to 5 days time period in DIT trades. But the same profit you are getting during intraday, and during intraday, your trade is complete, so your capital is released. Same capital again you can plan for another trade. That is the reason why I focus a lot on high liquidity zones rather than the normal zones. Compared to the normal zones, high liquidity zones is having the capability of pushing the prices up or down depending on long trade or short trade. And they are having capacity of achieving the targets in shorter period compared to the normal zones. This is the point you have to observe. Instead of understanding this point, if you are saying it is an intraday trade, it is an intraday trade, that doesn't make any sense. High liquidity zone trades are not intraday trades, they are your short-term trades. Can you say this this WIT trade is an intraday trade? WIT is not an intraday trade, weekly income trade. Because your target is reached during the intraday, you cannot call this as an intraday trade. Luckily, your target is reached during the intraday. That is an advantage for you. And if you are saying because it is an intraday trade, I cannot take a trade, that doesn't make any sense for your arguments. Because I have seen some people are saying these are the intraday trades. They are not intraday trades. All our high liquidity zones are DIT trades. And this one is a WIT trade, but got the profit during the intraday itself. That is a different story. But those who prepare to go for WIT trades, mostly your waiting period is going to be a week or maybe another week, in few weeks, 1 to few weeks. You are lucky to get the profit in the same day itself. So, okay, what is the profit we got? We got a profit of 21,900 rupees. That means close to 22,000 rupees. And what is the ROI? Return on the investment as per one future slot. The ROI return on the investment is 15.4% as per one future slot. Because we calculate ROI based on one future slot margin cost or margin amount. Our average intraday returns for high liquidity zones for DIT trades is 6.1%. But this one has given, because it is a WIT target, it has given 15.4% ROI return it has given. Instead of getting this target in 1 week, you got it in 1 day itself. Because you got the target in 1 day, don't call this as intraday trade. It is lucky you got, but within how much time the trade is finished? Let us see what time it reached that. In 9 o'clock 55 minutes candle it reached. And 12 o'clock 10 minutes it reached the target. Almost 2 hours 15 minutes the trade is finished. In 2 hours and 15 minutes. Excellent, right? Okay, this is about Balakrishna WIT trade. Why it is a WIT trade? I hope you all you people convinced. Because it is a WIT trade, because we considered weekly time frame and then we considered daily time frame and then we considered 75 minutes time frame. 75 minutes is the entry time frame. RR should be planned. That is what we have seen here. The RR, what we planned. And next, daily time frame, we need to look for the trend because it is a bullish trade setup. The trend should be uptrend. And price direction also should be in our favor because this is the all-time high zone, the daily all-time high demand zone. So the daily time frame should be demand zone to all-time high. Weekly also same. Weekly also the trend should be either uptrend or sideways, but we have seen our trend as an uptrend. And weekly price direction is also from weekly demand zone to all-time high. So all these conditions are in our favor. When all these conditions are in our favor, we don't bother about the location. Even then, this zone is at the low on the curve. And the most powerful point we have observed here is our 75 is inside daily and daily is inside the weekly, all these zones. This is zone confluence. And apart from that, daily zone is a high liquidity zone. And that is a moreover, the daily zone is a fresh daily high liquidity zone. And 75 minute zone is a fresh zone. It's not tested earlier. And it has a pro gap. Moreover, it is having a pro gap. That is an additional advantage. So when you have all these factors in our favor, there is nothing wrong in planning. And RR is 3.5. When you have so many factors in our favor, there is nothing wrong in missing the trade. That's why Balakrishna Industries has given 21,900 rupees profit. That is the profit, calculated profit. Even if it is not reached today or tomorrow or day after tomorrow or maybe after 1 week, prices would have reached there. Still you would have got 21,900 rupees profit. But what is the surprising thing here? The profit you got it during the intraday itself. So this is what you have to observe. Now, let us go to the next stock. ICICI Prudential. Yesterday we discussed ICICI Prudential. There is nothing wrong in taking a trade if prices entered into this high liquidity zone. And because if it is low, in case of any reason, if it is violated, we can also plan a trade in the bull trap. But today what happened? We didn't get a trade at all. The opening itself below all these things, all these zones are violated. That means we didn't get a chance to plan our trade in any of these zones because of a gap down. When there is a gap down, we never plan trades. Why it is gap down? Because of the market conditions or the other reasons. But anyway, we didn't get the trading opportunity due to the gap down. That's why I always say we cannot plan any trades during the first minute. If there is no gap down, then you can start planning your trades. You can start you can start placing your trades. First 1 minute is very dangerous due to gap up or gap downs. From the beginning, I was mentioning this point. If there is no gap down and reach that zone, then immediately you can plan your trade. Next one is Kotak. Kotak, we planned, this is a fresh zone. This is already tested zone, the one below. We can't plan, but this is a fresh zone. The prices did not enter into this zone. So we cannot I mean, prices did not, so trade is not executed. Attack bank. In case if next time when prices are entering, at the time we can plan. The zone is tested today. The zone is tested, but not prices entered into the fine-tuned area. Already this demand, this daily demand zone got become a tested zone now. Daily demand zone. But we cannot plan a trade tomorrow. The reason is if our software lists, then only you have to plan the trade. Next one is power grid. Power grid also with gap down. Even if it is not gap down, prices reached into this zone, also we would not have planned the trade because all these zones inside are tested. Let me show you. This is a 15 minutes or again fresh 5 minutes fine tuned. This is tested and this zone is also already tested here in this candle. And we didn't have any fresh 15 minute zone inside this. You cannot plan the trades. So that's why this zone, anyway, it is violated. And next one is Pedialyte. Again, this is a supply zone. Prices haven't reached into this zone, the 75-minute supply zone. So we didn't plan any. So that means our trade is not executed. We planned the trade, but prices did not reach. So we didn't get a trade. So that means today we did not get a single trade except that those who plan for WIT trades. Yes, mainly we are looking for DIT trades with the help of high liquidity zones. That way DIT entries we did not get. But those who are looking for swing trades, definitely they would have got an entry today and you got a successful trade. So this is about the analysis of our high liquidity zones from our yesterday's list. Now let us generate demand and supply zones for today, for tomorrow's trades. So let us generate stocks near demand and supply zones for all the time frames starting from yearly. Let us find the stocks near yearly demand zone. Mostly you won't get any stocks. Even yearly time frame, stocks near supply zones also mostly you may not get. There are no stocks. Let us change to half yearly time frame. Let us find the stocks near half yearly demand zone. No stocks are there. Half yearly time frame, let us find the stocks near half yearly supply zone. It is also not having any stocks. Now let us change to quarterly time frame. Let us find the stocks near quarterly demand zone. We have two stocks are filtered. Let's go back. Quarterly time frame. Let us find the stocks near quarterly supply zone. So one stock is there. Let me go back. Monthly time frame. Let us find the stocks near monthly demand zone. So 5 stocks are filtered. Let me go back. For monthly time frame, let us find the stocks near monthly supply zone. One stock is filtered. Let's go back. Let us change the time frame to weekly. Let us find the stocks near weekly demand zone. 4 stocks are filtered. Let me go back. For weekly time frame, let us find the stocks near weekly supply zone. 6 stocks are filtered. Let's go back. Let us change the time frame to daily. Entry time frame is daily. Let us find the stocks near daily demand zone. 6 stocks are filtered. Let us look for high liquidity daily demand zones. We have Crompton is there, a fresh zone. And then Grasim is there, already tested 3 times. And also Muthoot Finance, it is also a fresh zone. That means we have identified 3 high liquidity demand zones from this list. Now let's go back. For entry time frame daily, let us find the stocks near daily supply zone. So 10 stocks are near daily supply zone. Let us look for high liquidity supply zones. First one is an indices, high liquidity zone. We have Ashok Leyland high liquidity zone. It is having one rejection. Excuse me. That means at lower time frames, that is 75 minutes or 15 minutes, some zone might have been tested. So look for a fresh zones. And also we have one more HDFC AMC. It is already tested once and 5 rejections are there. So we have 2 high liquidity supply zones identified. So let's go back. Let us change the time frame to 125 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 125 minutes demand zone. So 11 stocks are filtered. Let's go back. 125 minutes time frame. Let us find the stocks near 125 minutes supply zone. So 9 stocks are filtered. Let's go back. Let us change the time frame to 75 minutes. Entry time frame is 75 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 75 minutes demand zone. Only 2 stocks are filtered and we didn't have any high liquidity zones. This is already pierced, so we are not considering Indus Tower. This is already pierced. So no high liquidity, 75 minutes demand zones. So let's go back. Entry time frame is 75 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 75 minutes supply zone. So total 17 stocks are filtered. So we want high liquidity zones from this list. Dr. Reddy is there. Fresh zone, fresh 75 minute zone. And ITC is there. This is also a fresh zone, 75 minutes zone. And National Aluminium is there. This is also a fresh 75 minute zone. Naukri is there. This is also a fresh zone. So total 4 high liquidity zones we identified. Especially when you are looking into the fresh zones, check the quality of the zones. The price structures are very, very important. And these are all fresh zones. Definitely you will find fresh 75 minute zones or 15 minute zone when you fine tune. So these are the high liquidity zones from the 75 minute supply zone. I think total we have 9 high liquidity zones. 3 from daily time frame, 2 from 3 from daily demand zones, 2 daily supply zones, and 4 75 minutes supply zones. So total 9 high liquidity zones we identified. Now let us change the time frame to 25 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 25 minutes demand zone. So these 5 stocks are filtered. Let me go back. 25 minutes time frame. Let us find the stocks near 25 minutes supply zone. 8 stocks are filtered. Let me go back. Let us change the time frame to 15 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 15 minutes demand zone. So 3 stocks are filtered. Let me go back. 15 minutes time frame. Let us find the stocks near 15 minutes supply zone. So 5 stocks are filtered. Let me go back. Let us change the time frame to 5 minutes. and find the stocks near 5 minutes demand zone. These 6 stocks are near 5 minutes demand zone. Let me go back. Entry time frame is 5 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 5 minutes supply zone. These 11 stocks are near 5 minutes supply zone. So this is about the filtered list for all the stocks near demand and supply zone for all the stocks. I wish this information is useful to you. Let us meet again in our next video. Thank you.